Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, and I am getting started on a custom order. I do these, I'll do them, I just need time. I need weeks in advance. I can't make you something for Christmas on December 15th. It's not gonna happen. So these are for a customer who orders from me a lot, and I didn't have a lot of specifics on what they wanted. Just bright, could stay up for 2 to 3 months, and not a round wreath. So these are 2 teardrop swags. These came from the Reshop. Normally I would get these from Craft Outlet. Craft Outlet has been out of them for a while, and this is a 28-inch. I think Craft Outlet only sells the 36-inch, which I've done before on the channel. It's still hanging on my wall right next to me because it's too enormous to ship. It's so big. So these 28 inches should be fine. 28 inchers. This is how they come. And you obviously need to fluff it up quite a bit, so that's what we're doing. And I think this video is going to be a little different, but hopefully everybody's okay with that. So while I'm fluffing this, I just wanted to speak on custom orders. Like, yes, I will make you whatever you want as long as it does not offend me aesthetically. No sports stuff. Well, no, I would do sports stuff. Just like I don't know enough about sports to like do stuff like that. But if it's holidays, especially Christmas, I need as much advance notice as you can give me. Like, you want to order Christmas in July? That's fine. You want to order it? I had somebody order a Christmas wreath for me this January, earlier this month. And I was like, that person, I like that person. So, yeah. And it doesn't just, it's good. It's not just for me. If you're ordering something custom from anybody, you need to give them time to actually do it. And I'm pretty, like, I know these videos are 2 hours long, but, I can usually get a custom order done. Like this one will be done by tomorrow. It's just, I don't have the stuff. I didn't have the stuff that I needed. I needed to order it. I needed to source it because they did not have it where I usually order from. So, you know, I'll do a custom order. I just need time. And I like doing custom orders because it's usually somebody who's like, hey, this is what I want, and all of that good stuff. And I'm going to talk about that some more once I start putting the mesh in. So this is all fluffed up. It's not too big. It's actually a lot smaller than I remember, but I'm looking at the 36-inch one. This will be a nice size once it's all filled up with mesh. So it's all puffed out, all fluffed up. These on the top are really long. I may end up cutting some of those down, but we're going to see where we end up. And it comes with a little hanger on top. So I'm gonna cut my tag off. If you want to look for it on the Reshop, it's XX7784W4. Okay. And it's shedding a little bit, which is fine. The mesh that I am using is a natural and this green border mesh. Y'all know how I feel about the border mesh. I've been loving it. Hopefully you've seen, y'all have seen all the Easter videos already, I think. It's in a bunch of the Easter videos. I did it in my Valentine's Day video. I like it. I always love a natural. Now, what I'm gonna do with this is they're gonna be ruffles or cruffles or whatever they're gonna be. But I am putting, you would think that I would put this down as a base and then put the green on top, you know, because the green is like the accent, you know. But I'm actually gonna put the green down first and this on top because I don't want a whole wreath of lime green metallic. That makes sense? Yeah, that's just, I was like, you know what? I was gonna like mix them as I go down the swag, but I don't know that I'm gonna have to do that. So we need to figure out where these are going, and I'm gonna kind of work upside down for a little bit because there's no obvious place to put these. Like, we just want to keep the shape of it being bigger up here, smaller down there, but it's not like there are a certain number of ties. Like, this probably has like, I don't know, maybe 50 tips on it. So you just got to kind of go with it and use your eye to judge where they're going to go. So I'm going to roll these under. These are cut at 20 inches. Roll those under. Get them in here, and I'm just going to turn that over right now. Then open it back up and put this one in. And normally you'll see me when I'm using pipe cleaners, I'll just twist the first one in, twist the next one in. But because these ties are a little bit thicker, I want to be able to put them in together, so I'm not building up too much bulk over here. And this is going to be moving all over the place. That's just something we all got to deal with. Alright, so I've got one here. I'm going to put one here next. And all my stuff is hanging on my camera rig, whatever you want to call that. Okay, I am going to go through and fill this thing up. I'm probably going to do it a little fuller at the top, and then just kind of trail off. So yeah, while I'm doing that, we can talk some more about custom stuff. Lay down, baby. The dog is y'all, the dog. Yeah, I like doing custom things, but it can kind of bite you in the you-know-where. I never understood if where the sun don't shine was the butt or the front part on a boy. It's the butt, right? It could bite you in the butt, because that's where the sun doesn't shine. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. Like, how did I get this in here? So it can kind of screw you over, but if it screws you over, it's your fault. You can't blame that on your customer. If they give you a budget and you go over it, and then you're like, hey, I know you told me you could only spend this much money, but I ended up, thinking that it needed this and thinking that it needed that. Like, you have to be upfront with the price from the beginning. Which Jenny, who ordered these, my friend, she was not. She just pretty much said spring. They're for her sister. She didn't even say spring. She just said something she can keep up for 2 to 3 months. Her birthday's in March. That's when she's gonna get them. She can put them up in March, keep them up through. I mean, this definitely has an Easter spring feel to it, but I think you could keep it up probably at least through summer. Maybe switch it out in July. So she told me that's my dinner, which I am not going to be eating anytime soon. She told me what she wanted. I said, okay, like, do you want brights or pastels? And she said, brights, I guess, which those are more spring than a bunch of pastel colors to me. Like, pastel always trends more towards Easter. So I asked her budget, and she didn't say anything. So I was like, okay. And I know typically what she wants. So I know what I need to do to give that to her. Now, you should not assume, unless you're very good friends with the person who is ordering from you, who orders from you all the time, you should not assume that your design sense matches what they want. You need to have really clear communication about what they want, and they're paying you to make something, so you... Did I put this in backwards? No. Oh, I was going to put this one in backwards. You need to be really clear in your communication. Oh, these are all falling. Look at them. They're everywhere. Really clear in your communication about what they want, what the budget is, what the... Okay, these are... Okay. All right, well... It wouldn't be one of my videos without everything falling all over the place, huh? Expectations about what it's going to be, what it's going to cost, what's the time frame, any specifics, anything special that they want. If, you know, they want a spring wreath but they hate pink, let's get that out in the open. And then I'm not going to get into the specifics of how much it cost me to make this wreath, because Jenny is, my rules do not apply to her. Specifically her. Like, not just like, there are rules that don't apply to, you know, it's not like I have a group of people who are like, okay, the rules don't apply to them. Like, this is a Jenny specific rule, because she has been incredibly generous with me. Always, all the time. So she does get the friends and family discount, which I would only give to her and possibly my mom if she ever ordered anything, which I would not let her do. So say you have a client and they say, I want to commission something from you. You say, cool. I'm starting to think I bought way too much for this wreath. This swag. I thought it was going to be so much bigger. I want to commission a wreath from you. And let's just say it's Christmas, because, come on, I miss Christmas. There's literally still trees outside waiting to be picked up out of the trash. And I'm like, I miss Christmas. So let's say, what do we want to say? Let's say Michelle messages you. And it is September. And she says, hello, messages you on Etsy, Instagram, whatever. Hello, my name is so-and-so. My name is Michelle. I really like what you're doing. I like your wreaths. I have double doors, and I don't want to put a round wreath on them. I would prefer a swag. And Jenny actually told me she wanted a straight wreath. And I said, what does that mean? Because I assume everybody knows what this is. So then I showed her, I was like, this is a swag. And she was like, that's what I want. She actually showed me a rail, and I was like, what about this? Because I didn't want to do a rail. Nothing against a rail. I was just like, I haven't done that before. I don't know how much material I need to... Anyway. So, Michelle says on September, you know, I want a swag, a teardrop swag for my door for Christmas. It's, you know, and it's September, so you've got plenty of time. You know, I like a lot of your stuff, and they might give you, like, I like this wreath, I like this wreath, I like how you did this on this wreath. They might send you pictures of someone else's stuff. If they do that, you need to very politely say, I see what you want here, but I can't copy that. Do not copy someone else's designs. You can copy someone's techniques all you want. Don't go and buy the same mesh and the ribbon and everything. Don't be her. Don't do that. I'm not even paying attention to how many I'm putting in here. So, you know, just have an open line of communication with them. So say that she says, you know, oh, well, I wanted to commission something because my Christmas colors are, I don't know. I used to know a guy who worked with my wholesaler who had an orange, like this material, orange Christmas tree, because he loved orange. So say she's like, oh, you know, I really like it, but you know, my colors are like purple and aqua, which is not a color scheme I would do for Christmas, because I need something that's gonna sell, that's gonna appeal to the most people. Like, that's why you don't see color, you know, aqua and purple decorations in stores. Well, maybe when everybody was going through that peacock phase. So I get back to her and I'm like, okay, I see what you know, I have an idea of what you like from what you sent me. I get your like color scheme. I understand that you want this, you want that. And then I would say my swags start at whatever price they start at, which would, let me think real quick. Probably no less than $100 would be like the starting point, because I know that I can get a couple of rolls of ribbon, 2 things of mesh in one of these forms for like $30-something ish, maybe like $115. So I'm good. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say I am doing this backwards again, you guys. Oh no, wait, this one goes on top of here. Sorry. My swags start at $115. My custom work starts at, my custom swags start at $115. Whatever you want to say. Just make sure they know that that's the minimum they're gonna pay. Plus factor in your shipping. So hopefully they come back and say, oh, that's fine. I was expecting to spend at least $150 each. I was expecting to spend $300 overall while shipping. So if you get an order like that where they say, I want 100 and, I want a swag, I'm willing to spend 150, you don't talk them out of that. You don't say, well, it's really not going to cost that much. Don't do it. You figure out a way to make that wreath look like it costs $150. And when you do that, when you say, okay, you send it back and say, okay, I know that that's my limit. It might cost that. It might be less. It's going to be between whatever your starting rate is, 115 and 150. And they'll say, okay. And you will either, depending on how you do it, Jenny literally paid me as soon as she asked. She just sent me a bunch of money and she was like, tell me if you need more. Dream. Isn't that what you want from every person who wants something custom? So you have $300. Like, let's say, you take 150 of that as a deposit, whatever you want to do. I would, if I was working with somebody else, I would not take anything less than half of what we agreed on. So I have my $150, and I know that if I'm charging $150, I can only spend $50 in materials on each swag. And that's how you would figure out what you're putting into this thing. If you're buying a cheap base mesh, if you're making your own swag from a Dollar Tree form, whether you're ordering one of these, whether you're ordering the 36-inch one, if you're ordering a nicer ribbon, if you have to maybe use a cheaper ribbon. So for $50 in materials, which is probably, like, my box of stuff to make these wreaths were $100. It was $100, but it was really only $80 because I ordered 2 of these for myself. So I was at $80, and I know I spent probably $30 on florals. Between $30 to $40. So at 120, that makes them 60. I should be charging 180 for each of these swags, which I don't know that that's right. Y'all know I can't do math on the fly. But Jenny does not get that 3 times multiplier. Yeah, it's you have to sit down. Like, if you're starting this as a business, if you want to make money, you have to sit down and figure out what your rules are for you, because my rules may not work for you. I know a lot of people say that my wreaths don't cost, like, I'm not charging enough. And I get that. Like, I get that I could be charging more, but I'd rather make less money and have a house that's not full of wreaths. Because the people who are like, you need to charge more, I'm not talking about anybody who's left a comment or anything. The people who are telling you to charge all this money, who charge all this money, have you ever seen the amount of wreaths they have in their storage? I don't want that. I don't want to die. No. I don't want hoarders to come and then be like, so when did the wreaths get out of hand for you? And I'll be like, well, people told me to charge too much for them, so nobody bought them because they were too expensive, and then they fell down, and I've been trapped underneath this pile of wreaths for 3 days, and that's why the dog ate half my face. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. That's not a cute look. And something fell behind the table, in case y'all were wondering when it was going to happen. Why is this? I don't know why this won't stay up here. It stays up here for literally every other video. So yeah, once you have your spending budget, which is $50 if we're going to make $150 per wreath. So that would be $10 for the base. So we're down to 40 already. Let's say 12 for the mesh. So that is 28, maybe, which is enough to buy a couple of rolls of ribbon, because you're not going to use, I mean, you might use 10 yards in one swag. I doubt it, though. Well, I mean, you could. And then, you know, embellishments, whatever. My only embellishment is floral. That's all I'm adding to this wreath. I'm not adding, like, ornaments or anything, but, you know, you have to figure all that in. And that's how I price things. Unless you're Jenny. Which I don't think Jenny watches my videos. She's a bankruptcy lawyer, but she does a bunch of, like, pro bono stuff, I think. I don't know. All I know is every time I have a question about anything related to anything, I'm like, Jenny, I need help with this. And she's like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know how to keep the toothpaste on my toothpaste on my toothbrush when I go to brush my teeth. And she's like, I'll show you. I'll send you a FaceTime. Hold on. Yeah, and when we're getting into friends and family discounts, the reason I say those only apply to Jenny and my mom, let me give you an example of something someone told me one time. This is when I was making quilts, and making quilts takes a lot of talent. It takes time, it's expensive, it's hard on your body. It's not like an easy thing to do. And somebody said, well, I want a quilt. And I was like, okay. I said, these are the ones I have that I've made because I wanted to make them. I wasn't really doing custom orders then, because that is just something you don't want to mess with. I did a couple. What's wrong? But this person said, I want a wreath. And I said, okay. And it was somebody that I was willing to do a custom wreath for. And she said, I'll go get all the stuff. I'll go get I'll go buy the fabric and everything, but I'm not paying $300 for a wreath, for a quilt. And I was like, well, you think you're gonna get a quilt that for less than $300? You can't even get a lap quilt off of me for $300, sis. And this is a person who may have thought that they deserved a discount because they were a friend or a family member. I'm not saying who, just saying. My sister's at home watching this right now and she's like, I can't believe he's talking about that. So she said, you know, oh, I'm not paying that much. So that's fine. You want a discount from me and say you're a nurse? Do I get to come in and get free medicine or my blood pressure checked for free? Or a bag of IV fluids next time I'm dehydrated? Do I get a discount on that next time I come to the hospital? Or you're a school teacher? Or are you gonna tutor my kid for free? Or you work at the grocery store? Are you gonna give me a discount on these groceries? No, you're not. So why am I giving you a discount on what I do? And you know what? I'm not giving you a discount. You're gonna pay what I tell you you're gonna pay, or you're not gonna get it. And she didn't get it. I did not need a full roll of mesh for this. I don't know how much I ended up using. I should have been paying attention. I'm gonna have to go back and count. Watch the video and count. But yeah, okay, now we're at the bottom. And I want to keep this shape. So I need to figure out if I'm gonna only add one more down here. Where it's gonna be. And I think I would like it to be like here with these two. That'll get cut off. Oh, you know what? I guess I could count the pieces that are left over, huh? I keep grabbing the wrong ones. I don't think I put the green on top at any point though, so that's good. Yeah, custom orders are tricky. Just don't discount unless someone actually deserves it. Especially because if I get, you know, this doesn't count with Jenny because Jenny's giving these away as gifts, but say these were for Jenny and she puts them on her door and her neighbor comes over and says, oh my god, I love those. Where did you get them? And she says, oh, I got them, you know, my friend Adam made them. Well, how much were they? And then she says the price she paid, which she would not do because she's very classy. That person's gonna come to me and be like, well, why is it $300 when she only paid $200? I'm gonna have to be like, well, Susan, I just cut that off because I don't need that. Okay, so that is definitely a straight wreath. I really feel like this should come out more, but well, not that it should come out more, just that maybe these need to be fluffed out some more in the back to provide a little bit of a support for the front. That's kind of what I... Ugh. Okay, so that's one down, and I think I'm going to complete one totally, and then afterwards go back and move things around. But the dog has to go outside right now, so I will be back. What is it, my baby? So that was a whole ordeal. He didn't have to go outside. He just wanted to eat his food. Which, it's food dinner time. It's food time for him. It's dinner time for him, so. Then I got together my flowers. Got my bows over here. Thinking maybe I may have made them a little too big. But what the heck, huh? My flowers are right here. It's that color palette. Yeah. I'm gonna put my bows on, and then we're gonna work on ribbon tails after I know exactly where my bows are going. So I made these off camera, just, oh Jesus. Just because I posted a video all about how to make bows, specifically so I would not have to make them on camera anymore. So this is a 3-loop bow, very cute, very colorful, and it's gonna go with, hold on, let me grab this one. Let me grab whatever falls down on me. With this funky bow, which does not have the pink in it. So yeah, let's try to figure this out. All right, so this is the top, and it's gonna be on the door. Like, this is the top of the door. This is the bottom. I'm gonna want this here. Right? Is everybody okay with that? The only issue I have with doing swags, because I really do, I mean, I prefer, if somebody was like, hey, should I get a wreath or a swag? I'd be like, you should get a swag because that's what I want to make. Maybe it's because I make so many wreaths. The only issue I have with these is that I want my pipe cleaners to go around the center of the spine of this thing, which is not always conducive to where I want my things to be. But if I can get one around there and then one close to there, like the one that I just put in goes all the way around, and this one I'm just gonna kind of grab as many layers of mesh as I can going down. Oh, these are gonna be a nightmare to make symmetrical. I can see it already. Give that a tug. Okay, so let's see how that's on there. Yeah, see, it's around the spine right here, and here it's just holding on to the mesh. And I pulled it pretty tight, but not too tight. Where are my tails for this? Oh. Hold it down. Y'all, this ribbon was split. And I said, no, 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 no. I said, not today. Not for not for a $8 roll of ribbon. So one of these, I don't know if it's this one or the other one. One of them, I sat there and I glued. It was like split and the wiring was coming off. I sat there, I glued the wiring back on. I made sure that the split was hidden within the bow. And I was like, was it worth it? And yes, it was, because y'all know how I am. It was like as soon as you'll see it in the bow making video. Wait, no. Did I make this one in the bow making video? No, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Never mind. You won't see it. I lied. I'm sorry. I'll try not to do it anymore. Okay, so this is off to this side. This one is going to, where is it? I was like, how did I lose it already? This one is going to be over here. Let me put it like here, maybe? don't want it all the way at the bottom. And I definitely want it on the other side of this. Like this one's on the right, this one will be on the left. Okay, this is going around the spine. I'm just kind of trying to feel my way through it. God, if you're making wreaths and you don't have one of these needles, what are you doing? Finish watching this video, click on all the ads, and go buy one. You okay, baby? It's like, oh my god, I just ate so much food. I don't know if y'all had followed. I don't know when y'all seen this video. My dog was sick. Twice. There's like 3 videos where I reference him being sick. But this one was particularly bad. I had to take him to the vet. And he was having some problems with with bathroom things. So he had a little bit of matter stuck to his fur. So I gave him a bath today, and when I was washing back there, I was like, what's wrong with your butt? My sister was with me, and I turned him around and lifted up his tail, and I was like, does his butt always look like that? And she was like, I don't know. Because who looks at the dog? Like, he's a little dog. It's like he's a big dog walking around with his butt in the air all the time, and you're staring right at it. She's like, I don't know. And I was like, you see that, don't you? And she's like, yeah. So I'm back there washing him, and it's like all puffy. And I'm like, oh. So, I was like, all right, he's on his antibiotics. He's on antibiotics, he's on probiotics, he's on new food that has to be mixed with his old food. This dog, he's turning into me. So, the vet called while I was laying down earlier, and I called her back. Listen to this. I call her back, and the receptionist is like, she can't come to the phone right now. She's in with the euthanasia. And I was like, oh my god, why are you telling me that? Just say she can't come to the phone. That's all I needed. It's like calling somebody's house and being like, oh, he can't come to the phone right now. He's having really bad diarrhea in the bathroom. Like, I don't want to hear about her putting a dog to sleep or a cat to sleep or whatever it was. So she called me back. And she's like, I was just calling. They're really good over there. They're like, I was calling to check on Mr. Business and see how he was doing. I was like, he's good. He's eating. He's like ferociously eating. Like he kind of attacks me when I go to give him the food. I said, and he's gone to the bathroom a couple times and it's been normal. I said, but his butt's real puffy. And she says, yeah, when they have episodes where they, go to the bathroom a lot, it's normal that it might be a little puffy. She said, is it sticking out? And I said, well, no. Should it be? And she's like, no. She's like, if it, she said it's not, like, visible outside of his body. And I was like, no. It's just a little puffy around the edge. She's like, all right. She's like, well, that's fine. Keep an eye on him. And if it falls out, call me. And I was like, what? She's like, if it falls out, you're going to want to bring him in so I can push it back in. And I was like, what? I said, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. What are you, crazy? What am I doing? So yeah. That's what I'm doing with this dog. And he's like, are you talking about my butt again on camera? Sure am, buddy. Poor baby. She's like, listen, if it comes out, you're gonna have to call me so I can put it back in. And I was like, if it falls out. So what is this, like a new piercing? We're talking about like his butt. I was like, I don't think it's gonna fall out. Like, it seems like it's pretty firmly attached. It's just puffy. And I told my mom's in class all this week, and she was texting me, and she's like, I hate this, I'm so bored, my butt hurts from sitting on this chair. And I was like, well, at least your butt's not falling out. And she was like, what do you mean? Because I didn't talk to her at lunch. And I was like, I said, the dog's like butt's all puffy, and the vet told me that if his butt falls out, I have to bring it in. And she's like, is it outside? And I was like, no, it's fine. It's just, I don't know why. Like, if somebody was like, hey, my butt's puffy, the first thing I would say is not, well, if you need me to push it back in, let me know. Because I can do that for you. Alright, I am just trimming these to, I don't know what just fell. I'm trimming these just to get an idea of what I want to do with my tails, because we're adding some ribbon tails to this, obviously. And I bought way too much stuff for this, if y'all hadn't already realized that, by the size of this bow. But that's okay. Everything that don't get used today gets used tomorrow. And if your butt pops out, just push it back in. She's so, the vet is like, I don't know that she like, I said something, she was like, he might have to go on a, this is when we were there yesterday, Monday. She's like, he might have to, we're gonna put him on a probiotic, and I was like, can't he just have the rest of my Activia? And she's like, no, you really don't want to be feeding dogs Activia. I was like, I'm joking, like, why would I give my dog my Activia? And she's like, oh, you know, we have to make sure because some people are really stupid. And I was like, yeah, I know. Why is this like eight inches long? Okay, so this is where we're at right now. I gotta like look at it over here. Yeah, I think the green was a good choice. And the way I kind of see, because these are like this is what I spent the most money on. These are like my, you know, my hero pieces. I just kind of imagine these, like, I don't need all this stem. I kind of imagine these like one over here, kinda, and then this one like up there somewhere. Up there somewhere. I think these are like $2 each. Wait, now I have stuff stuck to me. Something like this, and then all my other stuff will just kind of fill in, but I am going to take a break. I'm going to figure out how many, I think I might just go around with like the 1.5 ribbon, because I have this one, I have the blue, the green, I'll figure it out. I might do the blue, and I don't want to use this plaid though, because this plaid is I'm not so confident in it. But I thought I had 5 ribbons. The pink. I'm gonna cut a couple of pink just to put around, because that's such a big ribbon. And then I'm gonna come back with probably the green on the plaid and the mint on the orange. We'll see. I'll probably do like 5 of each, and then spread them out, and then we'll add all of our other stuff and see where we're at. Okay, we are zoomed all the way out. And hey, you can almost kind of see the whole thing. Remember when I did that other one? And you got to see like this much at a time? I've cut all my tails, and I'm trying to figure out, I cut 3 pink ones because I don't want to put the big 4-inch pink everywhere. I want one down here because there's none in this bow. Probably like here. And then I want one like here, and then one coming off over here. That, how do I explain that? That's where I want my bop, 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 like that, like a balance of it. And then I'm gonna go in and I have 6 of the other 4 ribbons to place around. The problem with this is, how do I do it so I can match it to the other wreath? The other swag, rather. But we're gonna do it. So here are my, these are 14 inches. I'm just gonna push this back because I think, let me see, unless I can get this, maybe I can get it in right here, huh? Because my plan is to have like florals here and florals here heavily, and then just dotted throughout. But I think I have some pipe cleaners over there because I think I might have to wire these in individually, but maybe not. That is pinched, folded. This is such a nice ribbon. Okay, so that's a little further in than I would want, but that's just what it is, you know, it's, the spine is way in the middle. And the wind is blowing really hard outside. When did that start happening? We might actually get some stuff glued in tonight, but it's pretty late, and I was laying in bed and I was just like, I'm so tired of everything, and I was like, let me go work on my swag. Okay, so there's that one. Working dangerous because the glue pot's on now. And I want to put this one like here-ish. Maybe in the same tie. I want it to be offset from that one a little bit. So do we either want it up or down? I want it like right here. But I'm gonna put it right here because let me try something. If I have 2 of these that aren't being used, like these 2 that are still relatively close together, if I twist these together and then just leave them undone at the top, then I can put this in here. Oh, okay, I like that. And so it's not buried inside the wreath. I want to do that to this one too if I can, which I should be able to. Maybe not. This one, these are already pretty short. But let's see if we can't bring it a little closer to the surface, huh? That one's fine, I think, because it's on top of the other mesh. Okay. Now I'm starting to feel it. I talked to Michelle and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And she said, well, what's wrong with it? I said, I don't know. I said, it lost its shape somehow. Because, I mean, this is narrower at the bottom. But it just looks not as big up there as I would like. And I have more mesh, and I could add more mesh to the outside, but I don't know that that would do any good. Alright, let's work on, I think I have 6 of these. Yeah, I have 6 of these. Oh, oh no! Oh man, now I gotta bend over. I don't have the right number of these unless there's more than there should be over here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm missing 2 of them. Did I not cut those? Alright, so for the next one we need to cut 2 more. And as always, I'm going to get everything lined up and pinched in the middle just to make it easier. And these are also cut at 14. I don't know why I didn't do this when I was cutting them, but this ribbon is going to cause me problems, I can tell already. That's another thing, like I just did an unboxing of all this stuff and I was talking about how like the Reese shop's not organized that great, but Craft Outlet should also tell you who the manufacturer of the ribbon is, and it probably does in like the SKU or whatever the item number is, but I'm definitely going to be looking out for that because I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, this looks like really nice Dollar Tree ribbon. Well, it feels like really nice Dollar Tree ribbon, I should say. Is that on? Alright, so the orange is going to go with the green. No. The blue is going to go with the green. The orange is going to go with the plaid. And each side can have 3. But since this side has 2, I might do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I definitely want one down here. That makes sense. And I'm going to try to put these on top of existing ties. Down here, I definitely want to make sure. That one goes there. I hope Jenny likes this. Like, Jenny will like anything. I hope it's not like a thing where she's like, oh, well, that's not really my sister's taste. Okay, so we said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, it'll be not a big deal. Man, I am just like barely grabbing onto those ties. And just for the sake of me keeping everything straight, I'm going to add in, because there's one needs to go right here. I'm going to add that in now. Yeah, I've been doing some experiments on trying to figure out the best way to get this ribbon. Like if you have a ribbon that frays, how to keep it from fraying so much, or ideally at all. like I know that I could like just glue it. I could go back and you know, cut them, run a glue stick over the edge of it, but like an Elmer's glue stick, not like a glue stick, but I wanted something that was less involved. All right, I think maybe this will be where the shape really starts to change. This pink piece down here has tested me, but it's going to be a nice backdrop to all of that. I'm twisting these to make a little false dealy deal, whatever we're calling that. I like false dealy deal. I think that perfectly describes what we're going for. Oh my god, I just thought I wasn't recording again. One could even go on top of this pink, huh? But should I go on top of the pink? No, that's too much ribbon in one spot, I think. Alright guys, I think we're getting somewhere. When I was talking to Michelle, I said, I don't know. And she said, do it. She said, just do whatever you were planning on doing. I don't know what just fell, but it better not have been one of these green ribbons. She said, go ahead and do whatever you were planning on doing. And then that's it. And I was like, and if I hate it? She was like, then you hate it. Move on. But you know, that's good advice from her. But I took Jenny's money. So I guess if I hate it, as long as she likes it, I'm not gonna put any up here. I don't think. I was getting ready to like twist one underneath there, but I'm gonna start again over here. Which was the last one we did? The green and the plaid. So we do the orange and the blue. Like right up here. Oh wait. I love this orange and blue together. I usually don't like. I try to like separate dots. Okay. Are y'all feeling this now? How many do we have left? We have 2 of these. No, we have 3 of these. And we have why do I have something's off with that count of the green ones. I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Alright, so I don't know where this one's going, but we know it's going in here. So probably do you have a friend we can borrow? No? Do you have a friend we can borrow? Again, no, because you are holding the pink one in place. Come on, I know you got somebody down here. Hey, little Ty from the bottom, you're being promoted. He's like, yay! photos together, pulling them down. When I was on the phone with Michelle, I was counting my, she has this joke that she thinks is so funny, which it is kind of funny. Only if you've watched the shenanigans that go on this channel for a while. I was counting as I was wrapping around my little Christmas sign to get my 14 inches. And I was like, 1, 2, I said, hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said, okay, it's 10. I said I was counting my ribbons. She said, oh, I assumed you were just counting how many bunnies you had riding around in carrot cars. Because every time I show her a wreath, she says, it's too much. And I say, okay. I guess she gets that from my mama. It's too much. And she always brings up that Easter wreath I did. It's huge. I love it. I want to keep it for myself. I'm not going to. It's going up on Etsy like soon because it's an Easter wreath, but it's got a sisal bunny rabbit driving a carrot car. And every time she says something about it, like when I said it to her, she's like, that's ridiculous. Why would a bunny be driving around in a carrot car? I was like, it's whimsical. She's like, it's dumb. So every time I say anything about, like, I send her a picture of a wreath. Like, and sometimes I'll send it like halfway through, you know, I'm not done yet, but this is what we're going for. And she'll be like, is it gonna have a rabbit in a carrot car? And I'm like, no, Michelle, it's a Christmas wreath. All right, so I have 2 of these left. One's gonna go here. And then I have one of these left, which will go somewhere in here. That worked out really, that worked out too well. This wreath haunted. Don't you hate that when you mind your own business and it turns out your wreath is haunted? Do you have a friend we can use? Also talking to Michelle while we're just chit-chatting while I do this, because this, you know, y'all know this, every time I'm editing a video I'm like, why is this taking so long? I don't know when this video is coming out, but all those accusations against Armie Hammer came out like within the past couple of days, and I haven't talked to Michelle, and I was like, did you read that stuff about Armie Hammer? And she's like, I read a little bit of it. What did he do? He wanted to like bite somebody? I was like, no, he didn't want to just bite somebody. I said, according to the DMs, he wanted to eat somebody. And she's like, well, that's just a whole new level, isn't it? And I was like, these people, I was like, I don't want to say I don't care, but like, I don't care. Obviously, I would prefer nobody get eaten, but like, I don't care about the weird things people do in their lives. Preferably, I draw the line at eating somebody, but like, when it comes out like, oh, so-and-so is having, so-and-so whatever actor had an affair, I'm like, oh god, well, you know, he's a guy, he's skeezy, whatever. But I was like, this is like next, I need, this one needs to go up here, I think. Yeah. I was like, this is like next level. So she didn't know too much about it, so I was explaining it to her, and she was like, what? And I was like, how dumb do you have to be like an A-list celebrity and like message people on Instagram, of all places, about your craziness? No offense to any cannibals out there. A little bit of offense though. was like, it's so bizarre, especially because it's Army Hammer. Like if somebody was like, oh, Johnny Depp, you know, if it was Johnny Depp, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. I'd be like, okay, yeah, like I'm not surprised, but like Army Hammer just, he looks like just like a 1950s dad. You know, he just looks so wholesome, but I guess that you never know. All right, how many times am I going to put that ribbon down? 3, apparently. Okay, I am feeling emotions. I'm feeling some kind of way about this now. First of all, apologies to members of this Reese family, this Bose family, that I have upset by smushing it while you had to watch. Very, very sorry about that. Okay. Ugh. That is something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it is something. So, where's the back, if anybody's interested in that? I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some florals in. If my glue pot will allow me, because it looks like it's just not on at all, but it is. Alright, so these are my two, like, focus flowers. And I did want to put that one down here, but it's going to compete with the pink, and I have some pretty big orange ranunculus that I can put in here, but this one definitely goes here. Don't we think? Yes. And this side was melted any? Oh, a little bit. And I am going to be extra, y'all are like, oh, you're going to be extra generous with the glue? I'm going to be extra generous with the glue because this may be up into May, which typically it's 12,000 degrees here in May, so let's not have anything falling off. All right, I can put, like, I don't want that centered. That's the problem. I want it like off to this side, but the pink's over here. And if I do it off to this side, the bow's over here. And that one's over there, facing this way. So this one needs to either come up here. What do we think about that? Yeah? Let's not overthink it. You know how much time I waste overthinking? So those are my big focal points. Now, I bought a bush of ranunculus for each of these because I used these last year. These are in the bunny wreath, and I love them. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't need the leaves. Oh, but I did want to add these leaves in, huh? Yeah, I like that. Everything I put in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna make this so much harder to like make a copy of, especially because I'll have to do it mirrored. But I can hang it right there where you can't see. Oh, where's this one? Oh, this one got a little. Oh, I thought it melted, but it's just really soft from being underneath the damn thing. I might actually try to. So it's separate. There's a little, you won't be able to see all of it, but it'll give a little bit of separation between the pink. I can maybe pull this out some more. We'll mess with it in the final fluffening. The final fluffening. that's burning my hand. All right. I was like, I'm gonna have so much room when I do a swag. At least it's not the 3-foot one. Let's just be happy about that. If you saw that video, it was such a mess. I love that swag. I know I will probably never sell it, especially because it would be very expensive, first of all, and then even more expensive to ship because it's got a bunch of handmade pumpkins in it. It's got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumpkins that I hand sewed. It is really pretty though. But it's also got a weird shape because of where the bow placement is. I want to do a series where I do like a bow rehab, wreath rehab. All right, this I guess you could say this is like background filler for like grapevine wreaths or something, but that's not something I'm interested in for this wreath. Okay, so which one of you is the biggest? Could we do a grouping? Alright, it looks like there's 3 that are the same size, but this one maybe being the biggest. I was like, what is that? But it was my hand hitting the frames that are precariously teetering next to me. Oh my god, I'm getting excited. Okay. I'm gonna want to put something yellow here, which I have a couple of options. I also have some purple, but let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I have 5 left. So let me do the big ones first. Are these all the same? I can't tell. This one looks bigger. This one looks bigger. So again, I'm going to try to distribute these in something of a triangle. And this is not only because that's like pleasing to the eye, but when I go to do the next one, I'll be like, all right, there, and over here on top of this pink. Right next to our other one, that's a nice tie-in. I mean, it was a terrible glue-in, but it was a good tie-in. Alright, so that's... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. I still have 3 more. How did that happen? Oh, I just forgot what I said. I said there's one down here, and then I would need to do 1, 2, 3. So like 1. You know, at this point, we just have to kind of go with it. I think that I would like 1 here. If I could have gotten away with just peonies and dahlias, I totally would have done that. Alright, so I think that side has enough. Let's sneak another one in. Maybe over here. Kind of hidden back there. Well, not back there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think I need. Let me look at it from this way. There's one down here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Is there another one over here? Okay, so this one maybe goes up here some. because I don't want to feel like I'm missing a spot. There's one here, one here. It's not going to make any sense to put one over here because the bow is covering most of this. Yeah, so I guess up here. There is a method to the madness. I just don't know what it is, y'all. I wish that I could sit here and be like, so my design philosophy is... That's no design philosophy. It was just me trying to make sure everything is well balanced and somewhat color coordinated. You know, things are gonna get. Do I want to add? I bought this to see if I wanted to add some pieces, which I might. But if I do, it's going to be like that. Maybe we'll cut this off since it's got this little bit in here. I bought 2 bushes of this, but there's no way I would use 2, I don't think. So I don't know why I cut those off right now. I'm going to put those to the side for filler later. Alright, our options for the yellow are these, what are they calling these, ball mums? I know these are, you know, mums you think of like a spring flower, but I just like that they were a little pop. How many of these do I have? I had to cut these off because they would not fit where I needed them to fit. I just realized I also have orange tulips over there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7. Oh, it's an odd number. So these are gonna go. They need to be cut way down though. And I could probably cut them all at once because these stems are not very thick. And I'm very strong. Oh, I am very strong. No matter what anyone says. I'm a big boy. And I just want this to play off the pink. So everyone that does not have a flower on it is going to get one of those. Maybe stick one in here. That's cute. And if this comes down here, something like this, you can get another one in here. So what are you guys thinking? Were you a little worried in the beginning? I was. Can't wait to hear Michelle's smart comment about this. And I want to put that because we have this nice little cluster going on, so I want to keep that going. With that. And I am very tempted to put one in the middle of this bow, which I think I will do. Yes, I like that. And maybe the other one at the bottom of that bow. Oh, you just went for a dip, huh? Can you go again? There we go. Now we working. Now you part of the party. Oh, that's cute, y'all. Can you see that? Kind of. When I can't move my arms tomorrow and I'm like so sore, I hope I remember that I moved this thing 1,000 times. That is so cute. You even know how cute you are, little mom thing. Alright, so how we doing? Everything's holding on. I am going to fill in a little bit. Like, I don't want a lot of this, because it's going to look like exactly what it is. Filler. Well, it's not one, it's three together, but you know what I mean. This is two together, so it can go maybe here by this ranunculus. Oh, it's just three together again, okay. We're still continuing with our little grouping up there. Over here. I like that this is kind of like a gray-green. It seems like it's playing nicely with all the somewhat bright colors of everything else. This ribbon is already just, it's like falling apart. It's okay. Ow! Okay, and I think the last thing I want to add, y'all, like, more? You want to add more? I do want to add more. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, I was like, what are these pink flowers? But those are the ones that are already in there. I would like to, just for a little bit of movement, throw some of these in here. I have one. I need to quit worrying about like making sure my numbers are precise, but that's just how I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4. I guess I can do 2 more. Right? That makes sense. 6. I like the greenery on this. I'm gonna try to keep a little bit of that. So 2, 4, 6. All right, you can stay. And I think I'm gonna try to concentrate this around. Wow, that is covered in glue. That ain't going no way ever again. Just around this bow at the top and maybe a little at the bottom, but mostly at the top because I do like a little bit of movement. These are made out of foam. Did I say that before? Holy crap, that's the bottom. Okay, can you come up? Okay, you can come up. Wow, I guess the bottom and the top are not as different as I thought. Let's try that again. I only pulled it, well, I'll put another one down there. I just pulled this one out because it's longer. My mom is gonna hate those. She said something the other day about cleaning my house. She's like, you need to just throw all this stuff away. Because I was like in here trying to organize. Oh look, there's a tail I didn't cut. And I said, you realize that all this stuff, because she thinks everything in my house is just garbage. I was like, you realize this stuff paid all my bills last month, right? And she's like, well, it's a mess. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what? I don't run a B&B. My house can be as messy as I want it to be. Also, I have to live and work here because nobody wants to help me get a studio. Can you imagine if I had a studio space? I'd be like, okay, we're gonna work from home today. Like, due to the current situation, we will be working at home instead of in this closed studio space, because y'all know I don't like to leave the house. Alright guys, I dare to say that... Am I done? Was this really this easy to overcome? Not that it was like a struggle, it's just... I don't know, things came up. But I think in the end, we have something very pretty. But do I need to add anything else? I really wanted to add purple. Let me tell you why I wanted to add purple. Purple will coordinate nicely with this darker pink because it's a darker purple, and it'll contrast with the orange and the yellow. But there's no purple anywhere in the wreath, which just makes me want to add some a little bit more. Maybe just like by the, no, I feel like if I just put it by the bow, it's not gonna look. You know what, I'm not gonna. I might later, I'm not gonna now. This is where we're leaving it. This is where I leave you, everybody. Man, that wasn't too bad. I was like, I wasn't stressed because I'm like, yeah, I can pull it out. You know, whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the job done. I think it's just like, I used 50 yards of ribbon between these two swags. There's like $50 worth of flowers. It's just a lot that if it doesn't work out the way I want it to, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I guess the more money I put into something, the more pressure I have to make sure that it's not one of those ones that ends up on my wall for 3 years. And I think, I don't know what to do about these ends. They are killing me already. But I think I'm gonna have to go through. Maybe if I take my wood burning tool and just kind of very lightly, because I think I can set the temperature on that. Like just set it low enough to kind of melt those edges. That would be very nice. But all right, guys, this is where I leave you. I hope that we can kind of see it all. I think it came out not at all like I was expecting it to. I was thinking this would have a lot more flowers in it, which, you know, by the time you see the finished photos, it may have a lot more flowers in it, but I'm happy with it right now. I think the ribbon choices are very bold in color and in texture. You know, I don't know if that's texture, but like graphicness. I like my little thingy sticking out. I love the ranunculus. I think most of these, except for, these are from Joann's. Everything else is from Walmart, because I couldn't find anything that I liked when I went to Joann's, or Hobby Lobby, or Michael's. So yeah, there we go. That is a bright springtime straight wreath that can last for 2 to 3 months. This ribbon doesn't look like it's gonna last 2 to 3 minutes, but I'm gonna work on that. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.